Hi everybody. Today, I'm getting used to this a little bit now. Where are we? So first of all, as usual, I just want to thank you for coming on and watching me. If you're a replayer, do skip the introductions, get to the juicy bit, which today is all about inner child and your soul contract with your mother and how it impacts your life. Now, we're a bit windy outside here today, and my internet keeps blobbing in and out, so if I lose you, I'll come back on. Where are we? So, I'm just seeing a few people join us. If you're here, tell me you are. Give me a wave, send me an emoji. It's great to know that people are watching and who you are, so that I get an idea of the energy here. Now, I hope you've been enjoying the lives that I've been doing this week. I'm going to be doing them ongoing, little snippets of the way I work. And if you don't know me, I'll tell you a little bit about my history today. Obviously, I'm born in the UK. I'm actually from South London. And, oh gosh, my life has been my own PhD, if you like, of self-discovery. I'm in my 50s now, and I have to say the last 20 years I first started looking within myself when I was about 30, and I keep getting chucked out. I hope you can hear me. I didn't realise I was being filmed. So here we are, I'm back again. So I started first looking into my own energy and my inner world when I was about 30, and things since then have evolved, and everything that has come along my path, I would say looking back, has given me exactly what I needed to know about myself or to learn about myself in order to move to the next level or the next place that I'm going to. But all the way along my journey, I have worked with, played with, chatted with my inner child. Now, inner child work is massive. It's really a very powerful tool, and it is something that can open up amazing amounts of creative energy, joyful energy, when you go within and have a little look with your inner child. And today, the subject today is all about connecting with the idea that you made a contract with your mother before you came. For me, I know what my contract with my mother was. I uncovered that secret when I was in my mid-30s, actually. And I can see how that's had an impact in the way I grew up, in the way I live. And I'd like to offer you the same idea. You know, obviously our mothers are our biggest teachers. They teach us so many things about ourselves. First of all, when we're born, they've given us life. Now that in itself is an amazing gift. Hello Janine, wonderful to see you. We're here talking about soul contract that we have with our mother. So first off, that's my dog barking. Do you know what? Hold on a moment, everybody. I'm just going to let him in because he's going to bark, bark, bark until... Come on, babe. Come on. Come on. I've opened the door so he can come. If you see a big bushy retriever, golden retriever tail coming through, that's him, Bear. So, as I said, mother. They teach us the most things about ourselves, really. They teach us all sorts of things of not to be, or they emulate the way we would want to be. The main thing about our mothers is that they give us life. Without them, we would not be here. And the gift of life is huge. Whatever they've done, however they've evolved around us, whatever our wounding with our mother is, the first thing that I'd invite you to think about in a different way is that they did give us life. Our mothers grew us for 9 months, and then they pushed us out into this world. No mean feat. Being a mother myself, I understand the physicality of all of that. And before we were conceived, our spiritual essence made a contract with our mother. The one thing that our mother was going to teach us through our life. They're our closest bond, closer often than our fathers. And that soul contract will resonate through everything that you do. Now, my soul contract with my mother was that she promised that I was going to be the only one, the princess, the one that was loved. Yet, by the age of 3, my sister came. And I couldn't understand when I was so small why the coming of a sister was so disappointing to me. And why I blamed my mother so much. And I really do remember this. And it stayed with me all the way through my childhood. And when I go within to my inner child, there is a deep, deep wounding where I have not felt worthy of love in any way. Now, I'm very fortunate in I've gone a long way to have healed that within me, and to come to a place where I know that I am indeed worthy of love. What I had to do was I had to come to a place of looking at my mother as a spiritual being who, without her human, loved me so much that she could bring me through into this world and disappoint me so fully. Now, that disappointment has a spiritual resonance in that it allowed me to overcome disappointment, the feeling of not being worthy of love, jealousy of my sister. Bless her, I love her so much, all of my family, for what they have given me. In that, they've given me the opportunity to be at my worst, loved me anyway in their own way, and allowed me to come full circle so that I can find my best of me. So, unconsciously, you will all know what your soul contract with your mother was. If it's difficult for you to accept, go into meditation and sit and ask to be shown it. In my inner child work with people, this is one of the journeys that we embark upon, and it's always very, very powerful. And whatever comes through as your soul contract, the soul contract that you made with your mother, know that it's a spiritual contract. It's not she did this to me, it's no blame, and there's no projection towards her. It is simply a soul contract of things that you are going to experience through your mother. And it is the worst and the best, and you find the worst and then you come around in self-growth and self-love to find the best of you. Now, you may be a little bit shocked when you get a sense of your own soul contract with your mother. It may be something that you don't really recognise, or it may be something that is absolutely clear. Ah, yes, she's teaching me that. Now, my mother taught me how to love my child in the fact that she wasn't able to love me in the way that I needed to be loved. She taught me to have full dialogue with my little boy. And I'm sure in my own way I didn't do what he needed for him. And my mum taught me also, having watched her, how to take responsibility for myself rather than telling everybody else around me that it's their fault. That's something that she does, and she still continues to do when she's 74. Mum, if you're watching this, I love you, and you know I'm coming from that place. So I always come back to when my mum gave me life. She gave me the biggest gift that I could possibly wish for, because in this life I get to experience energy in reality, in feeling, and that's what we're here to do. So have a think about what you struggle with your mother. Have a think about the gift that she's given you, and have a think about, all of the things that you've learned in your life because of it. It's a real wonderful way to reframe. My mum's difficult. I can't manage my mum's energy, or anything like that. And the other thing to think about when you're doing that is that whatever we see in other people, we have within us. And they're just showing us aspects of ourselves that we're ignoring. So when I find my mum, bless her, it was a family wedding at the weekend, my sister's wedding at the weekend, and she's allergic to all sorts of different things, but she sometimes lets herself go, and she was really enjoying everything, and we kept saying, Mum, what's going on? And she was being really funny and really extrovert and dancing and being very wild, and I realised in watching her that I wanted to be like that all of the time, to be free, to be joyful, to be absolutely comfortable with who I am. And that's what she was teaching me on Monday, on Saturday at the wedding that we were at. Anyway, I digress and I'm waffling. So if that's been interesting to you, do go and share, have a think about it and come back in the comments and let me know what you think about in terms of your mother contract, your soul contract with your mother, and how it's impacted your life. And if I can help you reframe it in any way, I will. I'll be back tomorrow on Thursday at 4 o'clock, same time. This was half an hour later than normal. And I'm going to be talking more inner child stuff. Now, we can't communicate as children until we're about 2, 3 o'clock. And a lot of what we hold in our energy happens to us before we can communicate, before we can express, apart from by crying or laughing. So this is the kind of communication wounding, and it plays out in conditioned, patterned behaviour in ways where we know we're feeling something, but it's very difficult for us to communicate our feelings, and we can get very anxious and sometimes have panic attacks or cry for no reason. Now that's what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow, and I'm going to show you a way around that and through it. As I said, if you've liked this, go away and share it. Let's help lots of people out there as much as we can, and do comment in the thread in any way that I can help you, and I'm looking forward to doing that. Lots of love. See you tomorrow. Bye.